Alright guys, welcome to the video and thank you Ubisoft for sponsoring this one. Just to let you guys know that you can get 7-day early and instant access to Hulda and one more new hero coming in 2019 with the Year 3 pass. This also of course includes Sakura and Vortiger. I like to pair my boy Jormungandr with the Forge mythic outfit. I'm a big fan of the Thor vibes. And additionally, from August the 2nd to the 8th, on the Epic Games Store, you can get the PC Standard Edition of For Honor for free. With that, I hope these tips are useful for you guys. Check the description box for a link underneath the video if you want to find out more, and I'll catch you later. So the first tip is going to be how to do his 80 damage throw and parry out of stamina punishes.
No!
Oh, no.
Here we go. Fuck me, man. Look at that. Wow.
What you're going to need to do on out of stamina parry is you're going to need to full unlock, then relock, then light, and then side heavy. For out of stamina throw, you can do the same thing: full unlock, relock, light, and side heavy. Now, will require some practice. I couldn't find any really easy input method for it. You're just going to have to practice it over and over, and it's just how it be. But it's a really cool punish, and I'm sure you guys can pull that off. Tip number 2 is his feats. I'm going to butcher the names here, but you're going to want to run Jotun Salve, which is 10 HP per melee. It's really good. It's nice healing. You get it early on. You get a lot of use out of it in the game. After that, you're going to run Hammer's Favor, which allows you to punish in team fights, whereas you otherwise couldn't. So if it's a 2v2, there's a guy in the ground, you go for your 50 HP punish, and some guy will hit you with a heavy. But if you have your shield, that's fine. It's just going to add a revenge tag to you or something like that. Your shield will tank it for you, giving you a little bit of HP afterwards. That lasts for 10 seconds, that shield, by the way. On feat number 3, you're going to have Zealot's Bolt, a hard to kill. I preferably hard to kill because it's a better tough as nails. Second Wind is nerfed to 2-minute cooldown instead of 1-minute cooldown. Zealot's Bolt, it's still like, it's not a really bad feat, but it has a cooldown of 2 minutes. So you're going to get less use out of it over the course of the game. Run either or on personal preference. I'll probably run hard to kill. On the 4th feat, you're going to want to run Scout for sure. Scout is a really strong feat. It synergizes with feats like Morale Booster, because what Scout does is has a 50% debuff on damage for the opponent team, whereas something like Morale Booster is a 50% buff on damage for your team. Both are active at the same time. You have 100% damage buff for all your feats, attacks, etc. After that, you have Twilight of the Gods, which you can run if you like because it's cool. You've seen it. It knocks everyone down. You'll get one of your hammer punishes on it. Might knock them down for teammates as well, maybe. But yeah, that's about that. You're going to run it one or the other. Preferably, you're going to run Scout, which is what I will be running. Tip number 3 is the Garbreak Wall Splat Punish, which in 4s will heal you for 10 HP additionally with your tier 1 healing melee feat. And it will give you 30 damage for an effective 40 damage swing in 4s. Go with your top heavy, by the way. Top heavy. Tip number 4 is that if you Garbreak someone who's low on stamina, you can get your full 80 damage max punish. So be sure to take advantage of that. For tip number 5, if your opponent back dodges, it will avoid the GB on the unblockable GB mix-up. So what you need to do is let your unblockable go in order to catch the back dodge. For side dodges, they will beat the unblockable, so you're going to have to mix up into GB in order to punish this side dodge. So you just be aware of that situation. That back dodge will beat your guard break, feint to guard break, and from your opponent, and the side dodge will beat your unblockable, but not the guard break. For tip number 6, since top unblockable doesn't stagger like sides for wall splats, it's always preferable to use the sides. There's no damage difference either. For tip number 7, this is about the external hitboxes on characters. So as you know, Kensei, he's a wide arc and he can hit people who he is not locked onto. Nobushi is the same. BP is pretty decent at it. You know, characters like that. For the new character, the only attack that will be good for hitting externally will be his zone. His unblockables kind of operate like Hitakiri's unblockables, but they're much worse at catching people on your external. Everything else is basically non-existent. You won't be able to hit people with your lights on your right or your left, or with your neutral heavies. So the only thing you can use here is the zone, and maybe sometimes you can catch an unblockable on someone. For tip number 8, we're going to go through the perks. Now, he's the best selection of perks available to him, and what I'm going to run is Vengeful Barrier, Shields Up, and Bulk Up or Bastion. With if I'm running hard to kill. If I'm running hard to kill, I mightn't take Bastion, but Bastion does let me get my, because they don't stack with one another, and Bastion but Bastion does give me, you know, that 10% damage reduction in early game before I get hard to kill. If you're running the Hammer Throw tier 3 feat, you can go with Vengeful Barrier, Shields Up, and probably Bastion for that. Tip number 9 is for just a basic one, but we don't really think about it too much in play. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't, but just so everyone knows, renown gain for your feats. It's quite difficult to get feats with heavy type heroes in game play sometimes, but you're going to get most of yours from assists, which is obviously helping to kill another hero, but you didn't finish them off, or saves. Now saves is where your teammate is low, he's in a 1v1, you come in and you finish off the enemy saving your teammate. That's what that renown bonus is. And also defending the objectives, of course, because you're heavy. If you get a kill on the objective, you're going to get bonuses for that. Don't forget also, since it is quite difficult to get your renown as a heavy, if the minion lane is free, there's a big bunch of minions, there's no one else doing it. Go in there, kill the minions. Minions give tons and tons of renown. It's a good way of getting your feats. Tip number 10 is a simple but pretty important one. Your fastest minion clears. So like this kind of links into the hitboxes earlier on. Your zone attack is your best minion clear. You can zone to light, or you can just zone, wait, or if there's just a couple of individual English is hard. Individual minions around, you're just gonna light to light, you know, clear off a couple of stragglers. Finally, tip number 11, a little thing you can do in the minion lane. I'm sure many of you know, if not most of you know. You can auto-lock the minions. Nabushi can zone on minions. She can hit you with the back of her zone. Kenze can do it, you know, etc. People with wide arcs and big hitboxes, and you can do it with Raider and things like this. But with our boy, Hammer Boy here, you're going to be able to unlock zone in the minions. So what you will do is you will unlock, look at the direction of a minion, and you'll press the zone attack. If you do it from a particular angle, you can get a zone attack in that's unparable. You can still be punished on it with the usual ways, dodge attacks. People can, you know, deflect bash, Vulcan, deflect pain, you know, things like that. But it's a nice way of being able to get an attack in, especially with a hero who suffers quite a lot with openers. With that, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. The tips are useful for you who enjoyed it that much. Like, subscribe, all that good jazz. Check out the link in the description for more. I'll catch you later.
It was the best of times, it was the worst of